All done on the big bench grinder over there. We've got the pommel of the handle cleaned up here pretty well. Got your nice little twist in it here. We cleaned this up a little bit so you can fit your hand a little bit better on there. Add a little bit of backstop to the edge of the blade for you to slice your fingers off so you don't slide your hand up it. Up here on the top, I kind of smoothed it out across the top up there using the grinder. If you can't see the edge of the grinding marks there, and then use the wire wheel to kind of clean up certain little spots. And now it's time to get it strapped down into our other little tabletop vise here and start our filing process, where we'll demonstrate a little bit and then we'll skip to the next part. Alright, so let's start. Get a good angle on it so that you can comfortably file and still have it held tightly in there. Make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't really wobble or walk anywhere on you.
Oh, Zach, we just put new blocks in it.
I know, noticed.
So it ain't gonna grab very well.
Nice and tight there, and then you just kind of pick your angle that you want to start with your blade, and you just kind of start back and forth motions. And you're going to want to slowly work this edge around down here. You're going to kind of want to slowly work that edge all the way along there into kind of knife edges. And then this back side, we'll just leave that all the way until right up here about at the tip, and then we'll add just a little bit of sharpening on that side of the tip and this side of the tip. And especially don't feel like taking so much time into filing and everything to make it look nice, because all filing does is make it look pretty. You can kind of take your grinder and just run along this edge until you've almost got it to an edge, and then take your files just to clean it up. I prefer this method because it makes it look nicer and you don't get these big ugly grind marks like this right here. Like if you see in this area, you see all these weird like gouges through it. It'll do that all along the edge of your blade here, so that's why I choose a file instead. Alright, and then we've got our few different stages of files here that we're gonna start off with a bigger, thicker one just to remove a lot of material, and then you can move down to the next size down, which is a little bit less coarse than the bigger one, but you can kind of skip that step if you're skilled enough with a bigger one. For the people that are just trying this for the first time, I'd go all 3 steps. Get this one down to almost where this side is at now. If I can get it to focus here. Stupid phone, focus. Okay, kind of see how I'm getting this one going. And if you're good enough, you can get it to go all the way, almost to perfect edge, just as a big one, and then skip straight to your little file, which has got little bitty tiny teeth in it, forgetting about your perfect edge. Alright, and then as you can see here on the side of it, we've got a little bit of an imperfection from when we were doing our pounding process and our actual forging process. It's from the actual vice grip's teeth. And to remove that, we're just going to try taking a little piece of emery cloth. Where do we got a little piece over here? Okay, you got your big chunk here. We'll just rip a little chunk off this. You just get your little chunk of emery cloth cut off here. And you can just sit there and kind of work, because there's a little bit of an edge there on it. You can just kind of sit there with your emery cloth and work it enough time to get that all smoothed out. Alright there, and then as you can see, it kind of took that little lip down right there pretty darn well, so that way that imperfection's kind of gone there. And then we got a little bit of another one on the other side. I'll just do that one up off camera and then we'll come back to more filing. Alright, and then once in a while you'll notice your file gets kind of full of junk, so you just take it over to the big wire wheel grinder that's off over there in the distance, and you just kind of run the wires with the grain on it and just clear them out real quick. And ta-da! Nice clean file.